Doctors used to write this feeling into medical records, and in some old files, it was even listed as a cause of death. The feeling, nostalgia, that warm ache you get when an old song comes on and suddenly you're 15 again, happy and sad, in the exact same moment. For 200 years, medicine treated that feeling as a dangerous disease. Today, researchers call it one of the most useful emotions your brain has. How can both be true? The answer will change how you look at your own memories. It all starts in 1688 in the Swiss city of Basel. A young medical student named Johannes Hofer notices something strange. Swiss soldiers serving in foreign countries are getting sick, not a few of them, wave after wave. They sink into deep sadness. They stop eating, they can't sleep, some develop fevers, and some, according to the reports, die from it. Hofer searches for the cause and finds no infection, no poison, no injury. What he finds is a longing. These men want to go home. So he invents a word for it. From Greek, nostos, the return home, and algos, the pain, nostalgia, the pain of returning home. You are using a word today that was invented as the name of a disease. And medicine took this disease very seriously. They called it the Swiss illness. The explanations from back then sound absurd today. Maybe it's the alpine air pressure the Swiss are missing. Maybe the sound of cowbells damaged their ears. And it's even said that certain homeland songs were banned among soldiers for a time because one single melody could pull entire troops into despair. And the prescribed treatment, the simplest one in the world, send them home. And reportedly, many recovered on the journey back. The mere promise of returning home made the fever drop. Remember that sentence. It will matter at the end. Because this was no short-lived mistake. Almost 200 years later, in the American Civil War, military doctors were still writing nostalgia into their records as a diagnosis. Thousands of cases. And in some files, it appears as a cause of death. Then, somewhere in the 20th century, something odd happens. The disease simply disappears. Not because anyone cured it, but because researchers started asking a completely different question. What if nostalgia was never the problem? What if, all along, it was doing something for you? Around the year 2000, a research team in England starts measuring this feeling properly for the first time. They collect thousands of nostalgic memories from people all over the world and look closely. What is actually inside this emotion? The first result: nostalgia really is both joy and pain at the same time in the same feeling. Researchers call it bittersweet. But, and this changes everything, the sweet part wins. In the measurements, nostalgia comes out as a positive emotion with a bitter edge. The old doctors had only seen the edge. And now it gets really interesting. Because the researchers ask, when does a person actually become nostalgic? The answer: exactly when something is missing. Experiments showed people who feel lonely automatically become more nostalgic. And here's the part that flips the whole story. Nostalgia doesn't stop at loneliness. It repairs it. People who remember the ones they loved feel measurably more connected afterwards, less alone, more held. Your brain pulls the people from back then up to your table when nobody's sitting there today. If you love moments like this, now is a great time to subscribe for free. It helps Poppy more than you'd think. But one experiment crowns it all. Researchers put people into cold rooms. One group had to think about neutral events, the other group about nostalgic memories. The result: the nostalgic group felt warmer, not poetically. They rated the room as less cold and tolerated the cold longer. And it works the other way too. In cold environments, people reach for nostalgic memories all by themselves. Let that sink in for a second. Your brain uses your best memories as a built-in heater. Which song or which smell sends you straight back? Tell me in the comments. Let's talk about it together. And nostalgia can do even more. Further studies showed people who remember nostalgically experience their own life as more meaningful. The memory quietly tells you your life has carried weight before. It will carry weight again. And maybe you're wondering, why does the past look so golden in the first place? Science has measured that too. Negative feelings fade from memory faster than positive ones. Your memory is not an archive. It's a filter that turns down the heavy parts and lets the beautiful ones stand. That's why back then often feels warmer than today. Not because everything was better back then, but because your brain stores the memory exactly that way. A golden filter, built in by design. But one question is still open, the biggest one of all. Why does it hurt then? And for that answer, we have to look inside your brain. When researchers let people experience nostalgic moments inside a brain scanner, they saw something special. Two systems lit up at the same time. The memory system, where your past lives, and the reward system, where things feel good because they matter to you. In your brain, nostalgia is literally both at once, memory and reward, hand in hand. That's why it feels, the way it feels. The beauty is real, and so is the ache. Because the pain inside nostalgia is not a malfunction, it's a measurement. It shows you how much something was worth. A moment you didn't care about can't be missed. Only what truly counted pulls at you when you remember it. The bitter part is the price for how sweet it was. And that's why the triggers are so powerful. Music and smells take a shortcut in your brain. They are wired closely to the regions where feelings and memories live. That's why a smell doesn't ask for permission. It just opens the door, and you're standing in your old life. Now look back one more time at those soldiers, men far away from everything. That meant something to them. Lonely, exhausted, freezing in foreign lands. Their brains did exactly what nostalgia is built for, pulling warmth, connection, and meaning out of memory, because the present offered none of it. The doctors saw men clinging to the past and called it a disease. Today we know it was their brain's attempt to save them. Remember the sentence from the beginning. Many recovered on the journey back. No medicine healed them. The prospect of home did it. The exact same power that lives inside every nostalgic memory. And here's what that means for you. When you get lost in an old song, you are not stuck in the past. You are not going backwards. You are using the only time machine your brain has ever built to bring back warmth, connection, and meaning exactly when you need them. So the next time a song pulls you back, try one small perception shift. Don't ask, why am I stuck in the past? Ask, what is my brain reaching for right now? Warmth, connection, meaning. Because that's what nostalgia shows you. Not what was, but what you need right now. Do you know someone who melts the second an old song comes on? Send them this video. Moments like these are better when they're shared. In the next video, it gets physical. Why your brain craves sugar and fat, and why your biggest opponent in the supermarket is 300,000 years old. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. That truly means something to me. And don't forget to leave me your memory below. I really do read everything. I'm Poppy. If this helped you, drop a sub. See you in the next video.